there was one moment during the election that I found truly profound.
What was that?
It was your tweet about we do not consent to Obama. I don't know if you remember it because
Yeah.
there was a lot going. We've covered this before. With Alex Stein, I forgot what it's called. The rhythm of the method or whatever it is, the satanic consent thing.
Yeah.
A revelation of the method, and as it's going on, fucking Barack Obama gets up and a tweet out of nowhere when Pennsylvania is starting to have all sorts of weird shit. And Trump's they're cheating, and Trump's sending lawyers, and Laura Trump, who did a great job, by the way.
Yeah, she did.
All of a sudden, Barry Obama starts tweeting about how it's going to take a few days to count, the same way they stole. And you wrote, "Are you trying to set up a steal, Barry? We do not consent." And then you explained to people the revelation of the merit, the revelation of the method, and how Satanists have rules, and that if you do not consent, they can't go forward with it. And then all of a sudden, I saw people responding to Barack Obama, "We do not consent. We do not consent." And then magically, I'm not saying that nothing weird happened after that. And everyone's like, "This election was a little too quiet. We were expecting." I think it was your tweet that said we do not consent that won the election. Personally, maybe I'm crazy. What do you think?
I think that I put a lot of things out there because I know how devil worshippers think, and I put a lot of things out there in code for them because I know they monitor me.
Yeah,
and it goes in their eyeballs when they read it. And talk about artificial intelligence. I know how it works. And so, yeah, we don't consent. And I think I love that people picked it up, and I hope they say it all the time, because the only way that black magic works is they think they have our consent because we don't say anything. They show it to us in movies and media of what their plans for us are, like Obama's movie. And because we watch it and take it in through our eyes, and we don't realize we're digesting it into our, subconscious. But if you keep on saying, "I don't consent," see, they do that because we watch it and then we talk about it. Mm-hmm. And so that's our consent. So,
and that's a real.
I don't watch it at all. I don't watch anything that comes on TV at all anymore because I know it's just, they're putting it right in our face with the devil stuff. But
it's called predictive programming, right?
Yeah.
That's one thing
and it's also MK Ultra mind control. But and they're really stepping it up. They stepped it up these last 4 years. Obama did. And so, just everybody be aware. And feel free to, every time you're hearing something on news, feel free to write "We do not consent" all over Twitter.
That's great advice.
Especially if it's anything that's coming from the Democrat Party.
So
we don't consent to this government that's been in office for the last 4 years either. Nothing.
And that's a real thing, right? Like, because I know sometimes not me, I don't give a shit about me, but you get called like crazy conspiracy theorists from time to time.
Yeah.
Sometimes you say wacky things. Sometimes I know sometimes you purposely say things to get people thinking and code talk. But this revelation of the method thing, this is something that Satanists actually do. We've covered it multiple times. And there is a real thing. The Church of Satan is real. When we say Satanists, we're not just saying these are people we disagree with. There are people that actually follow the Church of Satan and Luciferian.
Yeah, but Luciferianism is the same thing as Marxism.
Absolutely. And it's in line with the Democrat policies today. And they do that. They do throw something out. And they did it right before the 2020 election when people like Bernie Sanders were going on Jimmy Kimmel or whatever show it was back then.
Yeah.
Saying, there's going to be, it looks like Trump's going to win. There's a red wave. But in the middle of the night, when everyone goes to bed, they're going to wake up and see that Biden came through with the mail-in ballots. They were doing that predictive programming. None of us said we do not consent because we're like, whatever, that's stupid. They've never stopped. They're not going to stop the count. They don't stop the count. And then that night, Trump's at 95% chance of winning. Toilet leaks. They stop the count in 6 swing states. We all go to bed. We wake up. Biden gets 90% of the votes overnight because we consented. Really, we didn't say anything. So I just want to give you a heads up and thank you as American that your tweet to Barack Obama saying we don't consent. I think that's, I mean, I might be crazy, but I think that might be when they said, okay, we can't do this. We can't do this again. They don't consent.
Well, I hope it helped anyway. You know what I think. I think that I think I've cracked a code, and I continue to live by it, and I continue to try to get it out there in people's heads so they know there is a way to fight back on the mental plane that far exceeds the physical plane.
And what is that? You want to tell us a little bit more about that?
On the mental plane, where all wars are won and lost. You know?
What's the code that you cracked?
Minds. Every war is fought to get hearts and minds. And, you know, that's what you're fighting for, the hearts and minds of the people so they'll consent. So, you know, this was a war of hearts and minds, and intelligence is a magnet. And once it's like the, 100 monkey syndrome, when 100 monkeys wash their food, suddenly monkeys all over the earth wash their food. And that's what this was. And that's why they say the Great Awakening. And I think it was catchy and it caught on, and people did wake up, because how could they not wake up with what they've seen the last 4 years? They've seen, well, I'll save it till I see some arrests, because these people, they have to pay for what they put us through. For the amount of people they killed while they put us through this last 4 years.
So you see